نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Next chapter is chapter number 38, and the hadith is respecting one's elders. So although Islam teaches us that true virtue is through consciousness of Allah and knowledge, juniors have been instructed to respect those who are older than them. Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, ليس منا من لم يرحم صغيرنا ويعرف شرف كبيرنا. He who does not have mercy on our young and recognize the respect of our elders is not from us. Recorded by Imam Abu Dawud and Tirmidhi. Great virtue has been specifically mentioned for respecting a person whose hair has turned white. So specifically when someone's hair turns white, the Prophet ﷺ has singled out that age. Sayyidina Abu Musa al-Ashari radiyallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that the Prophet ﷺ said, إن من إجلال الله تبارك وتعالى إكرام ذي الشيبة المسلم. رواه Abu Dawud. That part of venerating Allah is to honor a Muslim whose hair is white. Sayyidina Anas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that the Prophet ﷺ said, ما أكرم شاب شيخا لسنه إلا قيض الله له من يكرمه عند سنه. That no young person honors an elderly person due to his old age, except that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will appoint people to honor him in his old age. Recorded by Imam Tirmidhi rahimahullah. If a younger person among a delegation started to speak before the elders, the Prophet ﷺ would instructed him to let the elders speak first. This is a narration by Imam Bukhari, which I'm going to explain, and Imam Muslim rahimahullah. This clearly shows that how the Prophet ﷺ emphasized the importance of respecting one's elders, and this is an act of great reward. And because this is linked, the hadith of respecting one's elders is a second part of the hadith of being kind to children. So chapter number 40, being kind to children is a sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. And as already mentioned, the Prophet ﷺ said that a person who does not have mercy on a young is not from us. Hadith states that when the Prophet ﷺ would hear a child crying whilst leading prayers, he would shorten the prayer out of fear that the mother will be troubled on hearing her child cry. Recorded by Imam Bukhari, Imam Muslim. The Prophet ﷺ would take small children in his lap, kiss them and play with them, also recorded by Imam Bukhari and Muslim. And these are all sunnah acts and are a means of great reward when done with this intention. So the concept of venerating, or not venerating I should say, but respecting one's elders and the importance of that in the Sharia. First of all, the first hadith of Abu Dawud, where the Prophet ﷺ said, that person that does not respect our elders and show mercy to our youngsters is not from us. It's not taken literally, means if someone does not do this, doesn't mean that they leave the fold of Islam. So not from us. The reason why the Prophet ﷺ used this type of wording in a hadith is to show the importance. Meaning it's not the characteristic of a believer to not be mindful of their elders. It doesn't mean the person's not a Muslim, but what it's saying is the Prophet ﷺ said, if you have real Islam inside you, if you embody Islam correctly, if you practice Islam in the right manner, then it's not possible that you're unable to show those that are older than you respect. And this third hadith that was mentioned relates to an incident that once Abdul Rahman ibn Sahl, a companion, he came with, it's a story, it has to do with something else, but there's the end that I'm looking at in terms of the hadith. So Abdul Rahman ibn Sahl, he came to the Prophet ﷺ with two other companions, the sons of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu ta'ala. Their names were Muhayyisa and Huwayyisa. We don't hear those names nowadays. They were two of the sons of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, Muhayyisa and Huwayyisa. People always ask when it comes to name, tell me something different. What's the name that nobody else has? People like to be unique when naming their children. So they came to the Prophet ﷺ, and of the three, Abdul Rahman ibn Sahl was the youngest in terms of age. So when they came to the Prophet ﷺ and they needed to speak about something, Abdul Rahman ibn Sahl started to speak. And the Prophet ﷺ said, Kabbir, Kabbir. No, you wait your turn. The elders from you will speak first. So even when it came to a congregation where there were multiple ages involved, when it came to speaking in a matter, then even that the elders would be given preference and seniority. And that's from min ijlalil shayba, that when someone has reached an elderly age, they're given a they're given a sort of a place in the Sharia, that they have more respect that's shown towards them because of their seniority. The second hadith is very interesting, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that in order to show your respect, or from the respect that you show Allah, is that you respect elders. So part of being respectful and mindful of your duty to Allah is to be respectful and mindful to those that are older than you. And this is a very the young generation of today don't understand or don't appreciate the emphasis that's been put from the Shari'i perspective on this notion, that those that are older than you, they have a place in the eyes of the Sharia, and respect should be shown towards them. I'm not even now speaking about parent, father, child, not just in general, those that are elder and senior to you, then there is a way that you should speak to them. There's the way that you should approach them. There's a respect that they are deserving of, not because we're saying it, but because Allah and His Messenger are saying it. And that the more senior and older a person becomes, the more they are deserving of respect. The Prophet singled out the fact of white hair. And when a person starts to show white hair because of their age, not because they use too much gel, but because they're aging, then show them the respect, and it's part of the respect towards Allah that you show them respect. And the second portion of the hadith is that compassion and mercy towards the young ones. So there's both sides to it. There's the respect that's shown to the elders, but at the same time there's compassion and there's mercy that's shown towards the young ones. The Prophet ﷺ always displayed affection, displayed kindness, displayed mercy towards those that were younger than the Prophet ﷺ, especially children. Okay, this is a prophetic, and if you do it with that intention that the Prophet ﷺ displayed this type of behavior and I want to emulate it, you'll actually be rewarded for that from a Shari'i perspective. One is that it's just good behavior to be kind towards others, especially those younger. But there's actually a spiritual benefit that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward you for that, because you're trying to emulate the Prophet ﷺ's characteristics and behavior. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant me the understanding. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant all of you the understanding. وآخر الدعوة الحمد لله رب العالمين سبحان الله بحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك جزاكم الله خيرا.